the 2021 Lionsgate ceremony here at Sage Goddess. If you've been with me for a while, you know this is one of my favorite days of the entire year. I was born within 24 hours of this very potent and important high point. It's an energetic portal between July 26th and August 13th. That's what we call the Lionsgate portal. And the height of it is tonight, August 8th. That's when we want to gather and channel and align our tools, activate our tools at the height of this Lionsgate portal way. And this is a pre-recorded ceremony because we're a global community. So my 8-8 might actually be your 8-9. And I didn't want you to be a day behind. So this way you get to watch this whenever it's 8-8 in your timeline. And so I want to wish you a beautiful 8-8. And no matter when you're watching this or where you're watching this, it's right on time. And again, you have until the 13th, really. That's when the portal dissipates. That's when we lose this energy of the Lionsgate. So anytime between July 26th and August 13th is always a good time for work like this. But the 8 is known as the height, as the apex of this particular portal gateway. And so that's why I wanted to gather with you and do some ceremony. I'm going to show you the tools that we're working with tonight. If you purchased your tools, then you got something called a power crystal. And each year at the Lionsgate, I personally like to choose and dedicate and activate a power crystal, something that I'm going to carry with me through the year, something that I'm going to keep on my altar through the year, just to remind me of my own power, my own potential, my own possibility. As a Leo, I sort of live in this Lionsgate energy. So this is my frequency, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So let me show you over here on my altar the tools that I'm going to be working with tonight. If you got the kit, then this is what you'll be working with as well. So if you got the kit, you received the Golden Lion incense burner. I'm going to light my incense so we can get that party started. And then we sent you a dozen White Lion incense sticks that we made in-house at Sage Goddess. So that's what I'm using on my incense burner. Can I get it to focus on the label? I hope you love the art too. Our graphic design team did a beautiful interpretation of White Lion energy, and that's mirrored on your mat, which I'm using tonight as a grid. Everything you're seeing on top of the mat did not come with your tools, but I wanted to inspire you. It really was designed to be a grid, and so if you choose, you can do the same thing, and you can build a grid on yours as well if you'd like, or you can just leave it and enjoy it as art. If you order the kit, you got the mat, you got the incense burner and the incense, you got the power crystal, and everybody got a different crystal. So you may have gotten carnelian or peach moonstone or black moonstone. Some people got smoky citrine. There was a bunch of different crystals that we chose from to send you something that we thought represented power, possibility, potential, manifestation. And so mine is a Carnelian Heart. Carnelian is one of the totem stones of Sun Sign Leo. It's a mixture of agate and quartz, and it's a real powerhouse for your sacral chakra. So it's one of my favorites, and we sent you some gorgeous Carnelian Hearts. So if you got one of those, I hope you're loving it. And then last but not least, you got White Lion perfume. White Lion perfume, holy smokes. There's a new oil in here from South Africa called Lion's Tail. It's very sacred in South Africa. And it's particularly sacred to one of the indigenous tribes there. And they work with it. They consider it a euphoric oil for spiritual and journey work. So that's going to take you to another level. Then there's lemon, there's jasmine for passion and beauty, there's geranium for protection, and a popunax in here for lucid dreaming, as well as sacred journey work, and then orris root, which is for spiritual communication and transpersonal communication. So I'm going to start us off by just burning a few of our sacred herbs to clear the energy and prepare us for ceremony. And to remind you, every time the Lionsgate opens, it's bittersweet for me because I love summer so much, and this is my season. I was born, like I said, on August 9th, so right in this gateway. But it's also the beginning of the end, right, of the year. We have Lammas. We just had Lammas a couple of days ago, so we're through the first harvest. So it's also a reminder that the energy of the year, the creative energy of the year is waning. And so to maximize that energy, that's exactly why we're gathering tonight. I want to make the most of what we have left of this year for building, for creating, for activating, because I'm sure I still have dreams and things I want to experience and grow and manifest and create this year. This is our chance, you guys. And right through that camera, I'm trying to turbo blast you with every bit of Leo energy I've got to kind of, just support you, but also to inspire you and to encourage you and to strengthen you and to activate you and excite you. It's like, this is the juice of the year. And if we do Lionsgate right, then we have this reservoir of energy to draw upon for the rest of the year. And the reason I'm having you charge a power crystal is this is something that I do every year. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be fun to introduce them to the practice of choosing, right? Selecting, and in this case, we chose for you, but choosing and then dedicating a crystal to your outward growth and expansion. Remember that the Lionsgate period wasn't just important to us for the last few years or decades. This window was recognized by our Egyptian ancestors. They also celebrated the alignment of Earth with Sirius. And Sirius is the star that the wise men followed to find the Christ child, right? So it has been a guiding star, a star of hope and potential and power and possibility and protection since the earliest times of our recorded history. So it makes sense for us to celebrate it now. And I think, especially in these uncertain times, I think there's real value in joining together and saying that we can influence the outcome of events and that we can harness energy, raise it together, share it together, infuse it into our crystals, program it into our crystals so that our crystals can then vibrate from that place. And so I hope you're excited for tonight. I am. And I hope that if you haven't celebrated Lionsgate before, I hope it becomes one of your favorite things. And if you have, I hope that this one in particular is special for you. I really, really do. So now that we've cleared some energy and we are burning our incense, didn't you love the burner? I was so excited. I'd never seen a little lion incense burner before. So hopefully you'll leave that on your altar for the rest of the year. Hopefully it'll make you smile when you look at it. Because especially, in the darker months of winter, like when you reflect back on Lionsgate, it's like, the sun was center sky and it was high summer and we were just full of growth and possibility and there's fruit on the trees, right? And everything is alive, and that's the energy that we want to infuse into this crystal so that it can remind us, and reflect that and echo that back to us through the rest of the year. So let's anoint it with our white lion perfume, a little bit at our wrists for what we do. And just a nice deep inhale there. A little bit at your third eye for what you know. And a little bit at your ankles for where you go. And when you anoint at your ankles, your wrists, and your third eye, you cover all of the energy lines, all of the meridians in your body. And they begin to vibrate in alignment with the energy of these oils, which again is uplifting, empowering, deepening for your spiritual path and practice. And I love that we were able to find something called lion's tail from South Africa and infuse that into the tools this year. By the way, your incense sticks were dipped at Sage Goddess by hand in those exact same oils. So when you burn your incense, you're still diffusing that scent into your sacred space. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take you over here. I'm going to show you the grid. Again, this is an optional exercise, but I just want to tell you how this will work. So if you want to do the grid activation with me, I recommend choosing a centerpiece for this center circle right here on your flower of life. So just find that centermost point. Any quartz-based mineral can be placed there, and it can be a generator, obelisk, sphere, pyramid, to hold and raise a frequency in the center. And then I just put 4 crystals around it that really called to me, and I put rutilated smoky quartz on either side, points facing in, because when you turn your points facing out in a grid, it raises the energy for other people. When you do the points facing in, it raises energy for you. If it's double terminated, it doesn't matter, but if it's single terminated, it does. And then I put a citrine crystal down here at the bottom, and this is another power crystal I've been working with this year. It's just a double terminated quartz point. But anyway, you don't have to do the grid. It's optional, but we gave you the mat in case you wanted to do it, and I'm going to show you how what it looks like to activate that. If you want to do a grid and activate it with me, you will need a double terminated quartz point. This is one of my students' class tools from Soul Shift. This is our alchemy wand, but any double terminated quartz point will work. And again, this is completely optional. You can choose just to activate a single power crystal tonight, and you're in good shape. It's optional, baby. I just like to give you all the options, the universe of possibility. So let's open our circle. Are you ready to do some ceremony with me? I'm very excited to do ceremony with you. And so we're going to call in the guides and the guardians tonight of the elements. One of my favorite drones. Just relax, roll your shoulders back, and bring your energy into present time. On this sacred night, we call in, we welcome the guides and the guardians of the East. New beginnings, new cycles, new ideas, new perspectives, helping us to look at the world through the eyes of power tonight, shifting our perspective, right? Helping us to rise above the challenges of our lives, see ourselves as empowered. It's so important right now. You gotta hold your power, baby. Stay in your magic. The world's weird. Stay in your magic. Welcoming in the guides and the guardians of the South. Guardians of the Power Gateway, Fire Gateway. Calling on them for strength, curiosity, courage, transformation. The ability to shapeshift, you know? Grow, evolve, change. You don't have to stay the same. We're meant to change and get better, grow, get stronger. And then in the West, we welcome in and call in those guides and guardians, the water element, under this incredible Lionsgate portal. We release any obstacles tonight to our strength and our power. Anything that isn't serving you. Remember that 8/8 is also a new moon. Set your intentions, hold your frequency. It's a great night to release, surrender. And in the West, it's where we do it, you know? All the energy of release gets washed away. And calling in, welcoming in the guides and the guardians of the North, the Birth Gateway, to ground us, keep us safe. They bring peace, patience, and protection. They do. Grandfather energy in the North. Reminding you that you've always been in your power. You can rest in your power. In the North, we're reminded we have nothing to prove. Your value, your worth, it's already been determined. Nothing can change that. So now it's just time for you to recognize it and hold it. Yeah. Let's welcome in also the guides and guardians, the Spirit Gateway, the force that animates. I welcome you, element of ether, of spirit. Ask you to move through our circle tonight. With gratitude to the east, to the south, to the west, to the north, to spirit, which animates it all. South and the sorry, to the north, and to spirit. So beautiful. Just visualizing that wheel, you know, sometimes it's so powerful for me, and I hope it is for you too. So our circle is open. The guides of all of the gateways are here. And so now our work begins. I'm going to show you the grid first and activate it. Again, that's the optional piece for tonight. And then we're going to activate our power crystal. If you don't have a double terminated wand, which is how I like to activate crystals, I'm actually going to help you use mine. So stay tuned. I will use my wand, or offer my wand to you for your workings tonight, just in case you don't have one. I do recommend getting a double terminated wand. It is an important tool. It's kind of a, you know, it's an all-purpose tool. It doesn't have to be fancy like this. It can be very simple and literally just a double terminated quartz point. But quartz is the highest frequency, highest vibration mineral on the planet, and it's programmable. And so that's one of the reasons we love to work with it for activation. Okay. So the symbol on this mat is the flower of life, and that's called the fingerprint of creation. And then around it, I wrote this invocation for you. So it says, at the Lion's Gate, we open the portal of divine light as Earth comes into alignment with Sirius to activate our highest consciousness, blessing all who seek its wisdom and power. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. And even if you aren't gridding, I'm going to, again, offer you the energy of the grid through my wand tonight. And so you'll be able to receive that energy. When I pull the energy up through my wand and direct it to you, you can then take that energy. You can hold up any crystal or jewelry or tool that you have and connect it visually to this wand through the camera. And in that way, you can work with the energy of my grid, which the crystals here represent prosperity, transmutation in smoky quartz, transformation in terms of the rutile, and then magnification through quartz. I thought that was just really an important combination. And then I'm also going to keep my heart on the mat while I activate and have it be sort of it's going to be part of my grid. It's not in the grid formation, but I will activate it as part of my grid ceremony tonight. Are you ready? So, great spirit, spirit guides, ascended masters, and light teachers from all dimensions, we call upon you to be present to us tonight, to be present with us as we activate these crystals at the peak of the Lion's Gate. And so I begin by activating citrine for abundance, prosperity, and empowerment, and out to quartz for magnification and intensification of energy, and back to citrine, and then out to carnelian for energy, strength, determination, stamina through the rest of the year, and back to citrine for abundance and prosperity, out to rutilated smoky quartz for transformation and transmutation of energy, and back to citrine for abundance and prosperity, out to citrine for abundance and prosperity, and back to citrine for abundance and prosperity, out to rutilated smoky quartz for transformation and transmutation, and back to citrine for abundance and prosperity. And then I'm going to conclude just by going back to the first crystal that I included in the circle to really complete the circle. So out to quartz again for magnification, and back to citrine. And so now what I like to do is visualize the energy of this grid, which now has sort of been made into a web, right? Everything that's in this space has been activated. I imagine pulling the energy of this web up through one of the terminations of the quartz, and imagining it infusing all the way through this wand and coming out the top. And so just give that a moment to receive, to charge, to program into your double terminated wand. And then I'm going to send this energy to you. And so what you can do is bring any crystal, tool, amulet, jewelry piece right up to the termination. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you. If I can't get it in focus here, I'll do it on the other camera. Focus. Might be better here. There we go. Bring it, baby. Just connect right in there. So bring your power crystal up. Bring the centerpiece of your grid if you want. Or just connect your double term to mine, because you probably don't want to, if you just activated your grid, you don't want to take your grid apart. So bring your double terminated one to mine. And you can connect it point to point and then bring that back and point that, direct that back at your grid, and it will channel my energy to your tool. Pretty cool, huh? It's amazing how energy, we don't have to be in the same room to share sacred space together. And so the process is the same whether you're doing a whole grid or if you're just working with a single piece, right? If you're just working with a single crystal, then you would have brought your double term to your crystal and imagined the energy of this piece being infused into your crystal. And then it's all the universal energy coming down through the top of your double terminated point and working back into your crystal too. So it's both sending and receiving energy and directing it to your power crystal tonight. Now your power crystal, the reason I didn't want this to necessarily be part of my grid, I wanted it to receive the energy, but it's not really part of the grid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to release my power crystal from the grid so that I can work with it separately. And I'm going to reactivate my grid quickly now that I've taken that piece out, because it does disrupt the matrix of the grid just slightly. So all I'm going to do is just repeat the connection of the crystals one time without my power crystal, since I brought it out of the grid. It's been charged and activated, but anything you move out of the web sort of disrupts the web. But I wanted you to receive the energy of the entire piece with my power crystal in it too. Okay. And now this I will not disturb. These crystals are going to stay here as part of my working Lionsgate grid. And I'm going to leave that grid up until the 13th of August. On the 13th of August, I'm going to deactivate this grid because the Lionsgate period will be complete. And deactivation, by the way, looks like simply doing what I just did, but going counterclockwise. Okay, so what you do when you deactivate is you take your point like this. I'm not going to actually deactivate right now, but you go back to the first crystal, but instead of going to the right, you're going to go to the left from one crystal to the other and deactivate. Does that make sense? When we activate, we work clockwise, and when we deactivate, we work counterclockwise. So now that we've worked with our crystal on our mat, and especially now that you know how to activate a grid if you want to do that as part of the activity, I want you to take your power crystal in your left hand and cover it with your right hand. Doesn't matter which hand you write with. If it feels better to you, though, you can reverse the hands, but this is how I traditionally do it. I hold it in my left hand, cover it with my right. I like to breathe my breath upon it, because that's your life force energy. And I want you to, as you hold this crystal, and we're in an open circle, we've got this really powerful energy of this portal with us tonight. I want you to focus your vision, your intentions, especially because it is a new moon. What is your dream? If you could manifest anything during this period, and remember, it may not happen right now. What you're doing right now is you're beginning a process, right? You're activating an energy. What would you activate right now in your life if you could? Would you activate deeper energies of prosperity? Would you activate deeper passion? Would you activate deeper connection? Would you activate creation? Would you activate expansion? And knowing that we are under a new moon, try to be as specific as you can. At the new moon, manifestation comes when we're really, really specific with our language, with our focus, with our energy. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to focus on what it is that what energies I want to initiate during this cycle with all of this incredible Lionsgate energy. So for me, it's empowerment, it's strength, it's passion and connection, it's expansion, And just visualize what that looks like. You know, if you were expanding, creating, manifesting, what would all that look like for you? Would it look like something physical, like a house or a car or something like that? Or is it more energetic? Is it more about a new relationship that would come into your life, or a new mindset or a new perspective that you would develop? Because oftentimes that's the most powerful thing you can do, is cultivate a new mindset or a new attitude or a new perspective, because that shift is ultimately going to manifest in your life in the form of material things, right? Everything begins as an energy, as an idea. It's fun to visualize, isn't it? It's like just imagining your dreams already coming true. It's all possible in that imaginal field, you know, in the realm of dreams. Okay, you feel ready? So great spirit guides, see us tonight under this incredible umbrella of this portal of energy, as the light of Sirius shines upon us and our wishes and our dreams. We ask for your blessings upon these new visions, new beginnings, new creations. And we give thanks for the power of this portal and this gateway to support us as we manifest our dreams in perfect time and in full alignment with our highest good and the highest good of everyone on this planet at this time. And together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. Amen, Aho, and so it is. To your dreams. And to mine, and to all of ours. You know, I teach you this all the time, but I really think that the more people on Earth who can visualize and realize their dreams, the more powerful place this will be for all of us to live. When you make your dreams come true and you get all happy and excited and you raise that vibration, that brings me joy. That for me is like rocket fuel, you know? And I think, you know, if you do this work for long enough, you'll get to that place too where it's like seeing other people's joy and manifestation will become joy for you. Because what you realize is we're all connected. And so if one person raises that vibration, it's available to you as well. I'm sitting here holding this vibration with you and for you. So you're not doing this work alone, right? And I do believe that when we do this work, and it's more than one of us, you know, when it's 2 of us or 6 of us or 1,000 of us, raising this frequency on the same night, especially when there's a new moon, like there's nothing that is impossible. Nothing is impossible. So I give thanks. So now this crystal has been charged, but it's been released, right? It's not part of your grid. So you can now take this, it's got all the energy of your grid, but it's separate from it and it's been released from it. So now you can take this piece and as you go, right? You can travel with it, you can keep it in a different room. I recommend when I'm first working with a power crystal, it's kind of never out of my sight, at least for the first couple days. And then eventually, you know, I will find a more permanent home for it and let it have a place to rest. But at least for a while, it's like nice to just get to know it and spend time with it. I've been waiting to kind of bond with this piece until I had this shared space with you, but now I feel like I'm ready to go and take it and do ceremony with it and, you know, keep it with me outside of this space too. And yeah, so I hope that you will enjoy working with your power crystal as well. My incense is almost all the way burned down. Do you see? Just a little bit left there. And if you didn't purchase the tools, I would just like to share a little bit of that energy with you too through the screen. So you get that uplifting, euphoric, magic. It's nice to also, one of the things I love about incense sticks is that you can work with them almost like a smudge stick, you know? And so let the smoke just bathe that crystal as well. Take it all the way through your energy field. I like to take it behind me too, so it makes a complete circle of that energy around your field. And then you can put it back. Oh. Right in his mouth. How did I do that last time? Hold on. Oh, there it was, not in his mouth, it's down below. That's what happens when you're getting older and you can't see little tiny things without your readers. Woo! Even Leos get old. Older, I should say. All right, you guys. Well, that was beautiful and fun. I'm feeling the energy tonight. I hope you are too. It's pretty powerful. And, you know, don't waste this 8/8 evening. You know what I mean? Make a special meal. Have a dance party in your living room. Do a little drumming. I think it's very important to, you know, to play with the energy of this portal way. So I'm going to take just a moment and do one more little round of drumming with you and for you, so we can drum up those intentions. So, on eagle's wings tonight at this new moon, I send up all these energies: expansion, creation, abundance, power, strength, courage, joy, sensuality, pleasure. These are your birthrights, right? So spirit guides crystallize these visions, these new beginnings on our behalf. And with us, send these dreams and these visions and these intentions skyward. We release the how, we release the outcome. We trust you to manifest on our behalf. Perfect time. And we just get ready to receive. To receive, to receive, to receive. I receive, I receive, I receive. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. It is done. It's done. It is done. Amen. Oh. And so it is. So it is. And now it's out of your hands, right? This is the best part. I call it set it and forget it. Let those visions fly now, you know, of everything that you desire, and just be in a state of just active receptivity, right? I just love that phase of manifestation when it's like, now we're just waiting, you know, and trusting the universe, not waiting impatiently, but like, I leave those things with you, universe. You know what's on my heart. And I know that you'll bring me exactly what is seeking me to in perfect time. Happy Lionsgate, everybody. How lucky are we? First of all, that we know these things, right? That we have the gift of awareness and understanding. We're really blessed. And I'm thankful to you. So let's thank and release the guides and the guardians now of the 5 elements that we invited tonight. We're going to begin where we ended. So thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the spirit gateway for animating our magic. We release you with gratitude. Thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the earth gateway for grounding us and protecting us, helping us stay present as we manifest the future of our dreams. We release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the West, thank you for helping us to release tonight what isn't serving us so that we can make space for what we seek. Thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the South for this beautiful Leo energy that gives us all the courage and strength and power that we need to pursue our dreams. And then thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the East, helping us envision a new pathway of possibility and shifting our perspective, right? So important for this work. We thank you and release you as well. Ooh. And with that, Lionsgate 2021, baby, is not quite done, but the high point has been reached, the apex as I call it. And so our intentions are sealed. They're now in the hands of the divine to manifest as it will. And now it's just to trust the process. And that, I know you've got that covered. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for letting us choose power crystals for you. I hope you love the one that we chose. And I hope it serves you really well as you move through the remaining days of this portal. And then I hope it remains an ally to you in your crystal collection, even once the Lionsgate is complete and you've deactivated your grid. I personally will be deactivating my grid, but I'm not going to deactivate my power crystal. So this you can keep as it is, infused with that energy. I believe if you activate a grid, you should deactivate it. Although I do have some grids, like a prosperity grid that I've had for about 15 years that I've never deactivated. So I will say this, if you feel really connected to your Lionsgate grid and you are committed to leaving it intact, you don't have to deactivate it at the end of the Lionsgate. In fact, you could just reactivate it next year on the 26th of July when the Lionsgate opens once again. So I will leave that up to you. But spatially for me, I don't have space to leave up my Lionsgate altar all year long because I have quite a few altars, as you can imagine. So I will be deactivating mine. And again, that's just the same thing I showed you tonight, but just counterclockwise. And so super easy. Thank you so much. I wish you every blessing at this new moon and this peak of the Lionsgate. And I want to thank you for your presence as always. It's beautiful to be able to do this ceremonial work with you. And I hope you enjoyed it very much. And we'll see you soon, everybody. Cheers and blessings.